Good morning students. So now we will move on to the broad classification second one, that is evaporators with horizontal tubes, and the example there we have to study in detail is horizontal tube evaporator. Now as you can see in the diagram is from your book itself, which clearly shows you that there are horizontal tubes which are immersed in the evaporator assembly, and it is present in between. They are put in between the fluid which has to be evaporated. So you will put the solution or whatever it is, extract whatever is there from which you have to remove the residual or extra solvent. So in that you have to dip this horizontal tubes through which you will pass the steam. So what is the principle of this? The principle is horizontal tubes are immersed in the solution from which you have to vaporize or evaporate the liquid. So heat would pass from the steam into the tubes, and from the tubes the heat will pass into the liquid solution or the solution from which you have to remove some solvent or water, and that will get evaporated due to the heat generated and passed from the horizontal tubes. So the evaporated vapors will get removed from the solvent vapor outlet that is at the top, and your concentrated product, that which is collected at the bottom, can be taken out by the outlet which is at the bottom, which shows the concentrated product outlet, okay, which you can see at the bottom. Then besides you have condensate. Condensate is for whatever condensed gases, extra gases that are produced, that can be removed from side. Then vent is there to remove the vapors, gases, extra whatever is formed. So one is inlet of steam, second would be outlet of the vapors that are formed inside the horizontal tubes. Then you have feed inlet at optimum approximate place just above the area of your horizontal tubes. So above that you have the feed inlet. Then vapors from the more than half of the area above is given for vapors that will get evaporated and get removed from the outlet at the top. So this is all about the diagram, the construction principle. So now from this slide we will see in short what is the principle, construction, working, as we have discussed by seeing the diagram. Hence diagrams are important. You can draw it and you can explain it very well. So the tubes were horizontal, hence the name horizontal tube evaporator. Now steam is passed through the horizontal tubes which are immersed in a pool of liquid to be evaporated. Heat transfers through the tubes and the solvent evaporates. Concentrated liquid is collected from the bottom. Next, construction, how it looked. Large cylindrical body with domed shape at the top and bottom, made of cast iron or plate steel. Stainless steel tubes are used in steam compartments. So here there is little restriction of your material of construction, whereas in your evaporating pan the advantage was variety of material of construction is possible. Then working. Feed is introduced into the evaporator until the steam compartment is immersed. The horizontal tubes receive the heat and conduct it, that is conduction here is the principle main. So conduct it to the liquid. The feed absorbs heat and solvent gets evaporated. Concentrated liquid is collected from the bottom. Uses, this is best suited for non-viscous solution. Example, cascara extract. Cascara is also a herbal drug. Like earlier it was licorice extract. Licorice meaning jeshtamad. If you all can search, you will get to know what is jeshtamad, and it is like bark, part of bark of a plant. This is cascara extract. This is also one example of herbal drug. Okay, now we will see the advantages, disadvantages and uses. So what is the advantage? It increases the heating surface 10 to 15 times than steam jacketed kettle. Why? Because as you know, wherever there are turns, coils that are present, they increase the surface area as compared to the plain surface area that was there in steam jacketed kettle. Next advantage, vigorous circulation enhances rate of heat transfer since there is movement of steam inside the horizontal tubes. Third, more units can be joined. So more units of horizontal tubes can be joined so that your surface area, your rate of heat transfer, everything increases. Okay, what are the disadvantages? Liquid to be maintained above the calandria. That is, you need to have that much amount of liquid so that your horizontal tubes are immersed in the solution. So you have to maintain always that liquid. Otherwise, think when vaporization takes place, evaporation, and if your too much of solvent gets evaporated and that level decreases, उसका level अगर decrease होगा, then it may come down below the horizontal tubes and then efficiency of the experiment will decrease. Then pressure has to maintain. So pressure has to be maintained since there is steam generation inside the tube. So there may be pressure generated. So you have to maintain it by that vent valve was there. From that your vapor and all would be released and pressure would be maintained. Fourth, cleaning and maintenance is difficult. Like steam jacketed, you can see there is very easy cleaning because it is open pan, a simple pan which can be cleaned. Here you have to remove the horizontal tubes, then you have to clean the assembly, you have to clean the horizontal tubes as well, because everything would get mixed and stuck up with all the instruments. And uses, as we have seen earlier, used for the manufacture of cascara extract, sugar, salt, caustic soda, etc.